Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Surprise, surprise. Where's everybody at? Where is everybody at? Hi, Becca Smith. How are you this evening or this morning, depending on where you are? Dorothy Parker, hello. Graham says hello. You doing well? That's good, Becca. Michelle Harris, what's going on? I got home from work a little bit ago. I said, I'm off tomorrow, so let me surprise everybody. Hello, Bree. Welcome in. Hi, Tracy Trace. Hi, Tracy. Purple Rain, hello. You took the day off of work? That's good. Tamisha Carter, hello. How are you? Hi, Sophie. Marlinda, nice to see you. Marcus Welby Jr., hello. Shelley Prescott, what are you doing awake, lady? Dorothy Parker, happy Mother's Day to all, yes. Michelle Harris, yes, I'm good, thank you. And yourself? Alexa Roberts, good evening. Nice to see you. Blessings. Hey, Tammy Tam. How's it going? Yeah, it sounds great, Marlinda. I'm sure it's been adventurous. I miss you too. Happy Mother's Day too. Oh, thank you. You're okay, Michelle? Good. That's good. I don't know why my throat. I have something to say. So when my throat chakra sounds like this, it's because I came on here for a reason. And like I said, let's make it personal tonight. I want to make it personal. So there's some messages coming through for the collective, spirit guided, of course. Um, oh, thank you, Alexa. As to you. Tomorrow, Tammy, that's great. Congratulations. You better get some sleep, miss. Oh, very, very Mother's Day. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you for that bouquet. You know, it's sad. It's sad. I miss my mom so much. I miss her so much. My mom died in 2007. And it was a mess. Okay, Tracy. Well, I'll be on Saturday to do readings. So if you're interested, you could sign up there. If you want a private, you can do that as well. 2020, I'm sorry, Tamisha. I'm sorry. It's awful. It's awful. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. That's lovely. Thank you. Yeah, not easy, right, guys? Not easy. You did, Cranky? Oh, I hope I don't lose mine. Your mom in 2013, Dorothy. I'm so sorry. Ugh. You know, ooh, it's hard. It's hard. Do you ever catch yourself where, absolutely, Tamisha, I get it. You know, you got to grow up real quick. You got to grow up real quick when your mom dies. Real quick. And when you can't pick up that phone anymore and call them, it sucks. It sucks. Whether it's about good news, or whether it's just to hear their voice, or whether it's because you always went to that person for help, to ask them, to just tell you that you're doing the right thing. It's awful. Mother, father, sister, brother, children. It just gets harder. It's harder. By each and every one that you love, it gets harder. You know, it's funny, but you got some people that are right there with you now. And yet if they weren't here tomorrow morning when you woke up, there's things that you wished you would have said, things you wished you would have done, and you didn't. Don't let that happen. Don't let that happen to you. Okay? Don't let that happen to you. Don't let that happen. Lojo, yes, as a matter of fact, I am. I work for Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Yeah. You recognize me from TV? Wow, that's great. Just go with it. Rather than fight it, I'll just go with it. Oh, wow. Not easy, Dorothy. Not easy. Right, Becca Smith? Amen. Yeah, you don't have a choice. You know, a lot of people say, I don't know what I'd do. My daughter says it all the time, that, Mom, I don't know what I'll do when that day comes. It's very, don't disrespect my channel, okay? Champion, whoever. Bye. Don't disrespect my channel. Okay, Tammy. How did that make you feel once you sent that? How did that make you feel once you sent that, Tammy? How did you feel once you sent that? Is it really goodbye? Or is it see you later? Yeah, Tamisha, yeah, they're just rude. But it's okay. Because like I always say, you can't get you from them. You'll never get you from them. Meaning they'll never act like you. They'll never be respectful like you. They weren't brought up like you. I don't know what that guy's going through or anybody else is going through. Wow, Dorothy Parker. It's a lot of family. So please hit the like button if you've come in. That's kind of a way to just kind of say you like what I'm doing, you're supporting me. If tapping is clapping, that kind of thing. Good, Tammy. I like that better than the word goodbye. I love that. Keep doing you. Keep doing you, Tammy. So I want to get started. I wanted to get into something quite deep today. And what I wanted to get into was some words and things that Spirit wants me to share with you, wants me to remind you. You know, we hear so many good things and good ideas, good advice. And we hear it at the time, and at that moment we're in it. We're like, wow, yeah, I got to do that. Yeah, it's a great idea. Yeah, I'm going to. And then we do it for a little while, and then we stop. So, Helen, what the hell are you talking about? Okay, I'm going to tell you. Do you ever wonder? Now, everybody with me here, listen. Do you ever wonder why sometimes when you're around certain people or certain places, your anxiety just seems to really get like out of whack, right? Out of control. Do you ever wonder why sometimes your fear, your fight or flight mode starts to take off? Have you ever been around somebody, whether it's a friend, a significant other, family member, somebody at your job, your boss, whoever, and just all of a sudden you don't feel good, or you feel stressed out, or you're spending time with somebody, could be a friend, could be a partner, like I said, and you notice that you become more miserable. You notice that you actually become hard to get along with. You notice that you're picking at everything that they're doing because everything they're doing is getting on your nerves. Can anybody right now, can I get an amen here? Can you relate to what I'm saying? Where just sometimes, or sometimes it might be more frequent than others, where certain people that you think you want around you, piss you off, drive you crazy. They get on your nerves really fast, like with the littlest shit, and you're like, God. And then you even ask yourself, why am I getting so upset? Normally it wouldn't bother me. I don't know why I'm being so agitated by it today or whatever. Does that make sense? It could be somebody you love very much, but it's just one of those days, you say, one of those days where they're getting on my fucking nerves, like straight up getting on my nerves, right? You know what I mean? Okay. So what I'm going to tell you, and it's going to make sense. Okay, well, since you said no, then you don't belong here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Kyle. If you don't relate, then you don't belong here. So if you don't want to leave yourself, I'll make you leave. Okay? You don't have to agree. You don't, and if it doesn't resonate, okay. But I don't think any human in this world could argue with what I'm saying so far. Thank you, Shabana. Thank you, Shelley. I honestly say. So what I'm getting to, the reason I put this in the title about, I want to make it personal, because it is personal. I want to remind you of how many people tomorrow morning, even tonight, even maybe right now, will not wake up tomorrow. People who have plans for their day tomorrow. I don't give a fuck about Palestinian nothing. Doesn't belong to shit. Take you and your government somewhere else. Goodbye. Somebody's not waking up tomorrow who had plans for something to do tomorrow. They had plans to either see their grandchildren, or plans to go on a job interview, or plans to go on a vacation, or plans to do something. And those plans will not go forward because they will not wake up tomorrow. So the word is gratitude. The word is gratitude. And it's important for you to remember, starting tomorrow morning, if your eyes are blessed enough to wake up tomorrow morning, I'm asking you to do one thing. It's not going to cost you money. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to tap anything. You don't have to comment. You don't have to do anything. But when you wake up tomorrow, I want to know whoever your higher power is, whether it's God, whether it's a head of lettuce, I don't care who you're worshiping. Because whoever it is that you idolize enough and worship enough and love enough as a higher power, that person only wants the best for you. So please remember the minute, the second, the nanosecond that your eyes open up tomorrow, which means you still have life in your body, which means you still have a breath. Please, 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 as Archangel Michael has definitely sent this message to me, through me, to you, Please look around the room. Start with something as small as, thank you for letting me wake up today. Thank you for my pillow. Thank you for my blankets. Thank you for my car. Maybe you're sleeping in a car. Maybe you're sleeping under a bench. Maybe you're homeless. Maybe you're out sleeping in a tent. Listen, wherever you are, you woke up. That's your first blessing of the day. That is your first blessing of the day, which means God's not done with you yet. When you're around somebody, I'm going to go back to this. When you're around somebody, again, who brings out the ugliness of you, somebody who you find you argue more with than, and you don't even know why you're there. Again, we talk about, thank you, Becca, we talk about toxic relationships. We talk about trying to make something work and try over and over and over, and you may be the only one trying. And it's just not working. It just never works. And you just break up or you get back together. And it's always the same shit. And they're good for a week or two and then it's back to the same shit. You understand what I'm saying? God will never, or your higher power, whoever you choose, will never give you peace when you're in a place that you're not supposed to be. Listen to that again. Whoever your higher power is, whether it's God or someone else, God will never give you peace when you're in a place or with a person that you're not supposed to be with. Hi, Josie. Excuse me. So, my whole point about it is you are going to have to make some really tough decisions. You're going to have to decide how to save the peace that's within you. Listen, you don't need to be super religious. You don't. But a lot of you do wonder why you get so anxious. You get so worried. You overthink. You get stressed out. Perhaps you're not in the job that's meant for you. Maybe you're there for now because that's paying your bills and you're doing what you got to do. You're being responsible. And I applaud you for that. I applaud you for that. That's amazing. But that doesn't mean to stop looking for what your natural, true fit is for you, which is never going to be the same as someone else. When you have a purpose, your purpose isn't really your job, like they say. It's about your intentions. What do you want to do? Are you a healthcare worker? Do you like helping people? Do you like to be in a social environment? Do you like to be in a community environment? You know, you have to decide, do you like numbers? Do you like computers? Do you like designing? Do you like creating? Do you like sewing? Do you like drawing or painting or writing? There's so many opportunities out there. If you're, like I said, in a relationship that holds a lot of toxicity, it is going to come out with you in a physical way. Whether the stress will cause you back pain, whether you'll get told you have fibromyalgia, whether it's the migraine headaches, whether it's thyroid issues, throat issues, anything to do with the ears, nose, and throat, anything to do with your eyes, anything to do with anything from the top of your head to the soles of your feet can be brought on by stress, by unhappiness, by not being able to speak your truth, by not being able to express your feelings or your emotions, by not feeling accepted, even by not feeling appreciated. Maybe there are times when you're around a certain group of people that you feel like you just don't fit in, or you feel like you stick out like a sore thumb, or it feels like everybody's so much different than you, or their opinions are so much different than yours. There is nothing wrong with that. That means you're unique. It means you don't always follow the trend, but you follow your own gut, your intuition, your heart. Stay true to your moral values, okay? But you're never, ever, your higher power, your God, is never going to give you peace with someone or with something or somewhere that you're not supposed to be. So when you keep trying to make something work, when you keep trying to take that piece of the puzzle and making it fit, even if you're trying to resonate with what I'm saying now, and if it's not resonating, but you're trying to force it, it might not be for you. It might not be for you, and that's okay. Listen, I'm not for everybody. And I kind of like it that way. I have a certain group of people, a certain style of people, a certain personality group of people, a certain kind of people that have been through struggles, who have been on the good side and then been on the hard side, who have faced challenges, who have overcome challenges, who know how to kick in the survival mode, and who knows how to sit back and just let it happen. But as I said, this is a no judgment zone. You should be able to come here on my page, on my channel, and feel safe. Know that you're not being judged. Know that we don't care how much money you make. We don't care what color you are. We don't care if you're fat or skinny. We don't care if you've had lipo. We don't care if you have breast implants. We don't care. Because at the end of the day, your soul is in here. This outer shell, sooner or later, will deteriorate. Will be gone. And it is just dust. Just dust will be left. But what's in here, what you brought into this world, will leave you and leave with you. It will leave with you. I'm sorry, not leave you, but leave with you when you ascend to a more beautiful place. Don't live your life in a competition. Don't do it. The only race that you're running is your own. Nobody else can hold a candle to you. Nobody else can have a copy of your DNA. Nobody else can be the person who survived everything that you survived. There are moments where you can look back, whether it's 2 years ago, a year ago, a month ago, a day ago, or 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, or 25 years ago, and I can go further. Because of my age, I can go further. But there are so many things that you never thought you could overcome, and you did. There's addictions that you dropped. There's anger. There's frustration. There's the way you used to handle and respond to things because, well, actually, before you used to react, and now you've learned how to respond. The lessons that you've already learned in this lifetime and the ones that you'll still learn, like I said, if you're blessed enough to open your eyes tomorrow morning, start your day with finding gratitude. And I don't care if you're in a homeless shelter, if you're not even in a shelter, if you're living in your car, if you're living in a big house. I don't care what extreme it is, one or the other, to the best or the very worst. If you wake up tomorrow, God is giving you another blessing, another chance to figure it out and to tell you not to quit. If your eyes open up, that means God don't want you to quit. It means he's got plans for you. And you just have to figure it out. You have to figure out a way to go really deep within, to find the strength and the courage, to believe in yourself, to put the value back in you, and stand up for yourself and say, you know what? I can do this. I can make it a better day today than it was yesterday. Because the thing is, the stress and the worry and the fear and the anxiety of the unknown for today will soon be yesterday. So if you're having a really bad day today, if you just want to give up or quit, if you're like, oh, I don't feel like trying anymore, it's just been too much. Listen, this too shall pass. Tomorrow is the first day or the beginning of something new, if that's what you choose to have. I don't want you to quit. I just want you to start your day with gratitude. It don't matter what's going on in your life. I am positive there is something that you can wake up and say you're grateful for, including waking up. If you put more energy into the things that are around you that are positive, the things around you that make you smile, then you're going to be able to feed positive energy and get more of it. But if you feed negative energy, you're going to get more of that. So you have to decide what is it exactly that you want. Do you want to wake up and feel miserable and be in that victim mode all the time and just keep feeling like you just keep getting lashed at and things just don't work out and it's just not the way you planned, and you know what, maybe it's not supposed to be. Maybe God has a better plan for you. You really have to trust and believe in your higher power. When you can no longer hold the wheel or drive or handle a situation, give it to God. Let go of the wheel. Stop trying to be in control. Put your ego down. Humble yourself and say, God, help me. Please take the wheel. I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to get out of this. I don't know how to solve this problem. I don't know how to be loved. I don't know how to show love. I don't know how to receive love. Whatever the case may be. I don't know how I'm going to pay these bills. Whatever the case may be. When you can't do it on your own, pray to your higher power. All of your angels, call on them. They respond when you say, hey, listen, spirit team, come closer. I need your help. Guardian angels, come closer. Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, I'm not feeling good. Please heal me. Look at that emerald. Picture that green emerald light healing and coming into your body and healing you. Ask Archangel Michael to protect you. Absolutely they will. They don't say, oh, no, not today, Helen. No, not today. You asked yesterday. Nope. You can ask all day, every day. Keep asking. Again, stop finding what's wrong because it's so easy to point the finger and say, oh, they did this. Oh, they did that. Oh, she's like this. Oh, she's like that. Or I got this problem. I got that problem. So easy to look at the negative. Well, my dog ran away, or my boyfriend left me, or I lost my job, or I can't pay my bills, or, they cheated on me again, or they lied to me again, or Okay. Again, focus on the good stuff. There's no sense in telling yourself the bad stuff because you already know it. You already know what happened. You already know what they did. You don't need to prove it to them that you know that they cheated or you know that they lied. Because if they gave a shit, they wouldn't have done it in the first place. So for you to say, well, why don't you admit that you did it? What do you need them to admit it for? If you already know, you know. You know, you know. I need you to fill yourself with positivity and watch how your life changes really quick. Watch the miracles that come in. Listen, there's no magic show. I'm not putting no hoodoo, voodoo on you. It's none of that. It's actually just miraculous in itself. Our higher power, the person who will never leave us or forsake us, right? You remember that poem, which is my favorite poem in the world, which is Footprints in the Sand. When you're going through something and going through a struggle and you keep feeling like you've been walking it all by yourself and there's nobody there, maybe friends aren't helping you or family's not helping you or whatever the case may be, but you feel alone. You're like, but I've been by myself through this whole thing. No, you haven't. Well, there was only one set of footprints in the sand. And that's because God was carrying you. It was, in fact, his footprints that were in the sand. It is the most beautiful, beautiful poem. And then tonight with my consumers at work, I was in tears because we were singing Amazing Grace. And for those of you who know the words to Amazing Grace, it is just that, amazing grace. And you know, one of my consumers said to me today, they have schizophrenia. They hear voices. Well, the bad part for them is that they hear voices that tell them things that aren't true, and they hear voices that scare them. They hear voices that they don't know who they are. It's scary for them. And this consumer said to me, I feel really sad because I hear these voices. I feel really sad when they try to scare me or they try to get me to do bad things. And I feel sad that not everybody else hears them, just me. And I could relate to him because I hear voices too. But the difference is the voices I hear are familiar to me. The voices I hear aren't trying to hurt me or get me to hurt anybody else. So just the part about hearing. When I first began to hear, I was scared. I didn't know what to make of it. So this consumer, I gave him a hug. I told him he's okay. I told him he's safe. I told him there's always staff here 24 hours a day. Anytime that he feels scared, he can come downstairs and talk to staff or sit with staff or even sleep on the couch if he feels better to sleep with somebody right near him. But it broke my heart. It literally broke my heart. Knowing and understanding, as I do, that people with mental illnesses did not ask for that. People with addiction, having that genetic part of them that one person could try pot and give it up, and another person could try pot and be hooked forever. It's sad. It's very sad. Hi, Moon. Hi, Zara. And again, I'm sorry for your loss of your grandmother, Zara. I'm so sorry for your loss. But anyway, so like I said, please, tomorrow morning, The minute your eyes wake up and open, say thank you. Say thank you. Even if you know you've got a challenging day, even if you know you have to face some things that are going to be really tough and really scary and really hard, say thank you for that too. Because these things that are tough is where your strength comes from. It's also how you increase your trust and faith in your higher power. Again, for some of you, like I said, when you can't handle it anymore, the situation, let go of the wheel and ask God or your higher power to take over and help you to get through it. A lot of us have a very controlling spirit within us. I do. We always want to fix everything, and we always want everything to be just right, and we always, want to follow protocol, and we always want to do things ABC or 1, 2, 3. But you got to tell yourself sometimes it's okay. It's okay to just relax. It's okay to feel nervous. It's okay to feel scared. But then once you say that to yourself, tell yourself that I'm okay. Tell yourself that I have been through so much in my lifetime that I'll get through this. Maybe you don't know how. Maybe you don't know when. But you'll get through it. And remember what I told you. Today, what you're worried about, what you're stressing about, what you argued about, what you couldn't do, what you couldn't fix, what you couldn't complete today, will soon be yesterday. Today will be a new day. So you can approach something a little bit different than you did today to get the different outcome. Because remember, the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over and expecting a different outcome. It's not going to happen. It's like going back to that toxic relationship. You keep going back. Nothing changes, then nothing changes. And it's going to be the same. So, thank you for listening. I wanted to get very personal with you today. I wanted to let you know that you're going to have to sometimes make tough decisions. You're going to have to choose to walk away. You're going to have to choose to run your own race and not race against somebody else. You're going to have to understand that God will never give you peace in a situation that you do not belong in. Or He won't give you peace in a relationship that you don't belong in. Or He won't give you peace with a person that you keep having conflict with. For some of you, like I said, you're not going to have peace somewhere or with someone where you don't belong. And when you keep trying to make it so that you'll belong, so that it'll work, oh, I've had so much time invested in this. Oh, I've done everything. I've been doing this for years, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't mean that is not enough reason to keep staying in something that's not making you feel like your best you. If you're with somebody who's bringing out the worst in you, if you're with somebody who's bringing out the misery, the tears, the sadness, the anger, the frustration, you know that's not healthy. If you're starting to get the migraines, the headache, the neck aches, the back aches, the stiffness, all the above, feel sick to your stomach, your body's talking to you. Your throat feels funny, you're not speaking your truth. You're not telling somebody how you really feel. You're tolerating something that you don't want to tolerate. For some of you, you're getting in your car to go to work and you're sitting there, you're going, ah. Or you're just waking up and you're sitting out there, maybe having your coffee in the morning, and you're sitting there going, Oh God, what could I say and call out of work with? What could I say happened? Could I say that I had a doctor's appointment? Could I say that, oh, I've been throwing up all night? Could I say something? So if you're fighting that hard, then look for another job. Look for another job. Because sometimes it's not about how much money you're making. I know you need to pay your bills, and I get that. But even more so, you need to go to some job that you're feeling good about showing up for, that you really feel like you're making a difference, and you're feeling like the people appreciate you there, and you feel like you can also help make other people's days great. Because you know what? What is your purpose going to be for tomorrow? How many of you can think about it tonight before you go to bed instead of worrying about something else? Instead of worrying about something you can't control? Instead of overthinking about a relationship that you don't even need to be thinking about? How about let's think about tomorrow with, okay, my normal routine is I go to Dunkin' Donuts and I get a coffee in the morning, or I go to Wawa and I get a coffee in the morning. How about we buy the coffee for the person behind us tomorrow? How about that? How about we hold the door open while somebody's coming out instead of rushing, because we're always running late, so we're just rushing in? How about holding that door? How about helping somebody pick up their grocery bags at the grocery store? So can I help you put them in your car? How about complimenting somebody on something that you can see? How about just smiling at somebody and saying hello instead of walking past strangers every day? And people just walk past like they don't even see you. Like what? Like wow, not too friendly. You ever have coworkers even at your job that just walk past you in the hall? Maybe they're above you and they just walk past you. You're like, don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. We've got so many epidemics that can go around here, whether it's the COVID or whether it's a virus or whatever. Why not make something else contagious? Why not make it that everybody matters contagious? Why not make it, you know what? If I can get somebody to smile today, just for a second, maybe when they're sitting down worrying about all their problems, they're going to be, you know what? I had a really bad day today, or I had a really rough day today, and oh, I went through this with my boss and that with my boss, or this and this. But I remember when I went to Wawa, this crazy lady was walking in the door, and she said, well, good morning, and smiled at me. She acted like she knew me. I kept thinking, did I know her from somewhere? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make an epidemic of caring about the other person. All lives matter. Cats, dogs, I don't care what we're talking about. Anything that's breathing matters. Yeah, even a poisonous snake, even a scorpion. Yep. Even jellyfish, even sharks, even alligators. Yep. Because everybody has a purpose. Who are we to judge it? You know, it's funny. I had my coworker say to me today, well, you're a supervisor, but how come you're doing all this work all the time? It's not because I have to. I could sit at my desk and tell you what to do all night. But to me, that's not fun. I can't be involved with my consumers if I'm sitting at my desk all day. The whole point of being in healthcare, the whole point of working in mental health, for me, is to make a difference. Remember, every time you see anyone, no matter what the case may be, you don't know their story. You don't know the path that they've walked. You don't know the struggles they've had. You may not know that it took everything they had today to get out of bed and try one more day. You don't know. People can put on a front. People can put a front on, and people can pretend that everything is great and how you doing, but inside inside, they could be dying. They could be scared. They could be hungry. They're not going to tell you. They could be sleeping in their car. They're not going to tell you. They could have got washed up at the restroom at the place where they got their coffee. You know, I'll never forget, and I don't know if I told you before, I went shopping one day. This was years ago when I lived in another town. I'll just leave it like that. And there was an older lady in the grocery store. And when I tell you, she might have had a loaf of bread in the cart. I think it was a loaf of bread. And then she had a whole bunch of cans of cat food. And I saw her and I smiled. I said, hello, how you doing? I said, it's crowded in here today, huh? She said, yeah. She said, it is. She said, I had to walk here I think she said 8 blocks. She looked like she was about in her 80s. I said, oh my goodness, it's chilly outside. I said, would you like a ride home? I said, I'm from this town. I said, I was born here. Would you like me to give you a ride home? She said, oh, that would be so kind of you. She said, would you mind? Would it be out of your way? I said, no, actually it wouldn't. It'd be my pleasure. And she said, well, I'm only getting a few more things and then I'll be ready to check out. I said, okay, me too. So I went and got my lunch meat, I think, my turkey and cheese probably. And we went to the checkout. And again, all she had was, she had a box of dry cat food. And she had a whole bunch of cans of cat food. And she had 1 loaf of bread in the cart. So she paid for her stuff. I saw her and I said, you don't need anything else? Milk or anything? Oh no, she said, I'm okay. I saw her counting change. She didn't seem to have much money in her wallet at all. And it's funny, I had just gotten divorced and me and Mandy were living in an apartment. I remember it was tough, you know. You had to budget really carefully to make it. And I was working for state police at the time. And so anyway, so the lady came out and she got in my car and I put her bags in the trunk. I said, I'll keep my bags in the back seat. That way we won't mix nothing up. And when we go to take your stuff out, I'll be carried up to your door. She said, oh, thank you so much. And I said, do you need to go anywhere else before we go home? She goes, no, dear, that's fine. Thank you. So I put her seatbelt on because she couldn't really pull it. So I put her seatbelt on for her. We drove about roughly 8 blocks, maybe 10 at the most. But it was still a good walk for her. So as we're driving, I said, so how many cats do you actually have? I said, because you sure got an awful lot of cat food. I said, I don't mean to be funny. I said, but that's a lot of cat food. Or do you just shop like for the whole month and then that's it, just so you have it all? She said, well, to be honest with you, she said, it's not for the cat. I said, I'm sorry. What do you mean? What do you mean? And she said, well, there is one stray cat that comes around my back door, and I give him a can of that or tuna if I have it. I said, oh, that's nice. She said, yeah. She said, he might belong to somebody else because he doesn't look too skinny. She said, but he comes over to visit, so I figured, well, he's company, so I'll treat him and feed him. I said, oh, that's nice. I said, but what are those cans for then? Who are you saving them cans for? She goes, no, that's why I bought the bread. She said, because with my income and trying to pay for my health insurance and trying to pay my electric bill to keep the heat on, she said, and it was chilly, remember I said, and she said, so I eat it like pate on bread. I thought I was going to crash my car. I literally, even at this moment, I said to her, please tell me that you're not eating cat food. She said, well, I can't pay for my medicines and my health insurance. My husband died, she said, 15 years ago, and I've really been struggling. I couldn't breathe. Like now, I couldn't even hide it from her. I'm. Nobody should have to do that. Nobody. So anyway, I helped her carry her bags into the house. And again, I was kind of struggling too, right? Because being a single parent, my daughter was in private school, Catholic school, so I was just trying to be a good parent and keep my daughter where I went to school. So long story short, I remember only having 260 something dollars. I'll never forget. I had like 260 some dollars in my checking account, and I wasn't going to get paid for another 2 weeks. I had just got paid, but I had paid my bills, and I had 260 left. And I used every single penny in my account and bought that lady as much as I could of food and brought it back to her house and put it away for her. And the lady fell to her knees crying, asking did an angel send me to her. And I thought, she's got it wrong. She's got it wrong. And I told her, you got it wrong. Actually, you were sent to me. You're my angel. I said, you just taught me something so powerful, and I'll never forget it. Well, every time I got paid, I made sure I took groceries to her house. And she kept saying, you don't have to come here every week. And I said, oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. I've now adopted you, like it or not. Yes, I do. And then about a month later, I knocked and knocked and knocked and knocked. No answer. So I saw the neighbor and I said, excuse me. I said, do you know where Miss Elizabeth went? Do you know she'll be back soon? I said, or did she walk? So I went up to the lady said no, she didn't know where she was. She hadn't seen her in a couple of days. So I went up to the grocery store because I knew she couldn't walk that far. She's in her 80s. She wasn't nowhere in the grocery store. I drove around the streets because it's a small town. Nowhere around. I said, let me go to the drugstore. Maybe she went to get her medicine. I drove to the drugstore, which is closer to her house. Nothing. So I called the police and they came to do a wellness check on her. Apparently the back door was open. I never thought to go to the back door through the alley. And she had passed away. But all I knew is that she didn't pass away from being hungry. And she knew somebody cared about her. So my whole point of this is not to boast of what I did, but to just kind of tell you guys, pay attention to your neighbors. You know, I always tell you I'm out helping this neighbor that fell or that neighbor's husband who, couldn't get off the toilet or whatever the case may be. Don't be afraid to just ask your neighbors or anybody, are you okay? Is there anything I can do? I know you don't have a lot of time. I know you've got enough of your own things to do and maybe your own family to take care of, or maybe you're even struggling too. And that's actually the most wonderful time to help somebody else any way that you can. And if you don't have the finances to help, that's fine. But to pick up that phone or to just give them a moment of your time to sincerely say, how you doing? Because did you ever pass somebody and they're like, oh yeah, hey, how you doing? And they keep walking. Well, how the hell you want to know how I'm doing and you're just still walking down the street? What'd you ask me how I'm doing for? You don't give a shit. Be sincere with your words. I told you this is personal today. This is all personal. This ain't here for me to make money. This ain't here for me to sell a reading. This ain't here for anything except me to tell you, to love yourself, love your neighbors, love the people that are different, even love the people that are cranky, because you don't know why they're so cranky. You don't know what they're going through. It may not be anything to do with you. Their struggle might be a lot bigger than that. So I just wanted to make sure that I came on here tonight, even though I was tired from work and I got to get up really early. I'm off tomorrow. But my grandson called me and said, Gigi, um, do you think I could come and visit tomorrow and stay over? I said, yeah, I think you can. I said, but I'm at work right now. Can I talk to you when I'm done work? He said, yeah. And so I told him that I'll pick him up because it's going to rain tomorrow morning. I'll pick him up so he don't have to walk to school because he has to walk like 10, 12 blocks, 13 blocks. And so I'll pick him up in the morning early. He has to be at school early, like 7:40. So I'm thinking, oh God. So I already set my alarm, and it's a loud alarm clock because I have to have a loud alarm clock um, to wake me up. Otherwise, I ain't getting up. I won't get up. I can't set the alarm on my phone. It's not loud enough. So I actually have a little little black alarm clock on the side of my bed. But I'm so excited to see him because I didn't see him last week because I had to work. And even though I'm tired, uh, he's just such a pleasure. Um, I'm just glad he's finally coming over. Yeah, though, Frankie. So I hope you guys understood the message and understand when you're in a place that it's just not working and you're just not happy or it's not bringing out the best of you. It's bringing out the worst in you. Pay attention. Know that it's just maybe the timing's off. Know that maybe it's a not for now kind of thing. Maybe somebody's got more lessons to learn. Maybe they're just not for you. And that's okay because there'll be a better one for you. Somebody who brings out the best smile in the world that you have on your face. That person that can make you want to get up even when you don't want to get up, like my grandson, right? I hate getting up early when my day off. Anybody knows it. But for my grandson, I'm good. I'll figure it out. So, oh, good, Marlinda, good. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Moon. I'm so sorry I missed you today. My director was right there. I mean, she's really nice, but I just didn't want her to think that I was on my phone all the time. So I was like, no, 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 I can't. But I did try to call you back and I did message you. But I'm so sorry I missed your call today. But thank you so much for thinking of me. It means the world to me. Like I said, see, all you gotta do is just let somebody know you care. Just reach out. That's all you gotta do. So anyway, thank you so much, Tammy. Tammy, good luck on your move tomorrow. I'm sure things will just go all the way you want it to. You're welcome, Dorothy Parker. But just remember, you guys, like I said, tomorrow's not promised. We all plan to wake up tomorrow. Many of us think we're going to work tomorrow. Many of us think that we're doing all these things. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. And don't forget when you go to bed, thank God for your day today. The challenges, the blessings, the arguments, the disagreements, the struggles, all of it. All of it. Because what don't kill us makes us stronger, number one. Number two, you can't grow without some kind of growing pains, right? You got to have some kind of growing pains. So it's okay. So I'm just going to tell you, it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Don't worry. God's plan's bigger than what you could even imagine. Trust me. And when things get so hard, don't be ashamed to ask for help. Don't be ashamed to ask God to take the wheel. And listen to your body. When your body says it's tired, stop what you're doing and take a break. Take a break. I promise you, whatever you're doing will be there when you come back from your break. All right? So, I usually don't come on when I get home from work on a Thursday night. No. I've been very busy today at work. A whole lot had to be done, but I accomplished it. I did good. So just keep praying for another day, right? So if I wake up tomorrow, I hope I see you guys. I pray. God's plan, not mine. All right? Sending lots of love to all of you. Stay strong. Keep your doors locked. Don't take unnecessary risks or chances. All right? Don't rush anything. Let it happen in the right time. If it didn't happen yet, it's not supposed to. Trust that. It's not supposed to. So, good night. Sweet dreams. What time is it? Oh boy, it's getting late. Okay. Good night, sweet dreams. Love you all. Thank you, Marlinda. Love you too. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. All right, guys. From me to you. See you guys soon.